Well, I've never really shared with my readers on Women Living Well why we homeschool or what our philosophy of homeschooling is. And it's a part of my bio on the side. I say I'm a homeschooler, and I usually show my first day of school pictures in the schoolroom. But after that, I haven't really shared a lot of what happens in our home in the area of homeschooling. And that is because I think that homeschooling can become controversial sometimes. And so, but I want to share it with you. And so I'm going to do a multiple part series about our homeschooling and our philosophy, and I hope that something in here just encourages you. And so the first thing I want to share with you is why we homeschool. And let me first just start by saying that school decisions are not permanent decisions. You know, we have three options. We can homeschool, send our children to Christian schools, or send our children to public schools. And I believe that there are no cookie cutter families, and that in every home, this is going to be a decision that we have to make individually for ourselves based on our children's needs, the mother's needs, the father's desires, and sometimes it's based on income. I mean, Christian schools are expensive, and some of us might want to send our children to Christian schools, but in this season of life, we can't. For others, they have great public schools right there in their area. They're almost like a private school. I know that one school district away from where we live, we have a school district that's just filled with just Christian families and with Christian teachers, and it's an awesome public school. Also, for some of you, the mom might feel like she wants to homeschool and the husband doesn't. He doesn't think it's the best choice. And so right now, maybe you're in the point where you're submitting to your husband because he's not on board with it. Or vice versa, the husband wants homeschooling, but the wife is thinking, I don't know how to do it. I'm not sure I'm good enough. I don't think I can do it. And so there's so many different ways that you can do schooling, or ways that influence your decision. Some may choose to homeschool during the little elementary years and then bring your kids home for junior high and senior high. Others start with their foundation of homeschooling and then eventually put them in public schools in junior high and senior high. And that's what my oldest sister did. She has 3 boys, and she homeschooled through 7th grade and then put her children in public schools, and they're doing well. So there's so many ways to do this that I do not believe that there's any cookie cutter right or wrong way to do this. The Bible does not clearly, black and white, say what we should do, but it does say in Deuteronomy 6:9 that it is our responsibility as parents to teach our children to love the Lord our God with all their heart, soul, minds, and strength. It is our job while they are lying down, walking along the way, when they rise up, when they go to bed. It is our job to be teaching them about God. It is not the Sunday school teacher's job. It is not the Christian school teacher's job. It is our job to train them. No matter which school choice you make, our goal should be to not lose our children. Do not lose your children. If you have them in public schools and you sense that you are losing them to worldly philosophy or worldly friends, you might need to bring them home for a season. Or vice versa, if you sense a lot of bitterness and different things just happening in your home, and just a situation where you have too much and you can't homeschool maybe the children as well as you thought you could, it's okay to take a break and send them to school and then maybe bring them back home when maybe mentally you're in a different place. There are seasons of life, and school decisions are not permanent decisions. So the reason why we personally decided to homeschool was for 3 reasons. One, because we want to give our children the strong foundation of their belief and faith in God. We want to give them strong morals and values. So I can just pour myself into my children while they are young during the foundational years. The second reason is because when I started school in kindergarten, my son, we lived in a city school district where the schools were failing and under academic emergency. It wasn't a good choice to send them to public schools. And thirdly, because my husband at the time was traveling a lot, and I wanted to be able to take our books on the road and keep the family together. So that was our personal reasons, but that's not the case for everyone. A lot of you may not be in a city school district, or you may live right next to a Christian school that's awesome and you have the finances, or you may not have a husband who travels, you don't need to get on the road. So there's so many different factors, but the key is, no matter what you choose, do not lose your children. And so this is part 1, and part 2 is going to be about the benefits of homeschooling. So stop back and walk with the King.